Brother Gabriel, what's going on? Peace, peace, peace. Let me make sure everything's working on my end real quick. Hold on. Let's make sure everything is working over here. Let's see. Let's check our audio. Okay, audio should be good. Audio should be good. If you can, let me do a mic check real quick. Let me know how my audio's coming through. If you can, please let me know how my audio's coming through. Please let me know how my audio is coming through. Let me know if I'm loud and clear. Audio's clear? Okay, cool. The music is not drowning it out too much. The music isn't too distracting or anything like that. Can you even hear the music? Is the music even a factor? Yeah, Sparks and Eddie G said I haven't been on one of your lives since 2021. Damn, I hope all has been well with you. I hope all has been well with you. How's everything going? Hopefully you're still in the good fight. Hopefully you're still in the good fight. Okay, you can hear the music, but the mic is solid. Nah, music is cool. I can hear it. Okay, cool. I appreciate y'all. Hey, if you can, share this out. Share this out. Tag some family, tag some friends. It ain't gonna be a long show. We ain't gonna be 2-3 hours like we was yesterday or the day before yesterday. But you know, we are gonna get it in. We are gonna get it in. Let the track play out at the back. It's Friday. You know, it's a good time to be alive. Yep. You're all right. Yep, my solar return is tomorrow. Which is why I'm holding the class tonight. Peace, power, and prosperity, family. You already know what time it is. Bitcoin Block Buddy coming to you once again with an early rising show with coffee and crypto. It is Financial Friday. Streaming live April 3rd, 2026 for the community. We are live right now on YouTube as well as Instagram. Just a quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. Please don't take it as any type of financial advice. Any and everything that I'm telling you could be 100% wrong. Always go do your own due diligence. Okay? This is for entertainment and or possibly educational purposes only. Peace. How's everybody feeling today? How we all feeling on this Good Friday? Thank y'all for tagging. Thank y'all. Yeah, if you can, hey, share this out. Tag a family, tag a friend. Get them over here. You know, y'all already know this is some of the best information you can get as it relates to cryptocurrency, blockchain, and decentralized finance. So you might as well get your people over here to get some of the real info. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple of stories that we're going to be covering today. Markets are still at a standstill. You know, you're seeing slight volatility back and forth within a specific range, but the markets haven't broken out in any significant direction as of yet. They have not broken out in any type of significant direction as of yet. So right now, in my humble opinion, until we see lower prices, it's the accumulation game or higher prices. I'm more so looking at us retesting some lows. Yes, sir. This is live in YouTube. You can actually click the link in my story. If you're on Instagram, go to my stories, and you can click the link, and it'll let you watch me on YouTube. So yeah, it is available. So, you know, like I was saying, in my humble opinion, right now, it should be the accumulation era. You should be taking nibbles and bites off of that which you want while the market is down and while the market is a lot more bearish, versus waiting for everything to come back up and come back to life, right? Remember, the idea, if you are trading, is to buy low, sell high, right? You don't want to wait till the market takes back off. Once again, this is not financial advice, just my humble opinion. What's going on, Deep Conditioner? Peace. The bias, what's going on? Wealthy Rising. How you doing, comrade? Big shout out to everybody tuning in and tapping in right now. You know, we'll wait till we get some more people in here to go through and do the roll call, see where people are tuning in and checking in from. Like I said, you know, even with all the followers I do have on Instagram, the actual views, right? The actual exposure that I get, especially when I go live, is very, 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 very minute. Very minute. You know, but it is what it is. I haven't stopped bringing this content since 2017, no matter if it was one person on the live or if it was 100 people on the live. And I ain't going to stop now. You know what I'm saying? I definitely am not going to stop now. Um, in fact, hold on. That's what I want to do. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me look something up real quick because I do want to check something out. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure I get this sent out to as many people as possible. You know, so I want to try to get nice couple of individuals over here that I know for a fact would appreciate the information just as much as everybody that's already on the live appreciates it. You know what I'm saying? In fact, let me send this out to some of the young guys too that I'm teaching. Let me see. There you go, right there. Yeah, get this out to some of the young guys that I'm teaching. Get them over here to get the information. Bill with Ben, what's going on? It's been a minute. Success Tay, peace, 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 peace. Thank you, Miss Atmosphere of April. Thank you, Class Shine. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Tonight is the eve of my solar return. You know, I'm a 4-4 baby. So tonight is the eve of my solar return. 4-3. I'm a 4-4 baby. That's why I be going so hard with the 44 numbers. Get what I'm saying? Anyways, we can see we got Bitcoin. In fact, you know what? You know what I said I was gonna start doing and stop doing? I forgot I said that. You know what? We are no longer gonna be using the regular heat map. We are for now on gonna be using the Block Wall Street heat map. Yes, the 44% discount is still in effect. The 44% discount is still in effect. And I think, in fact, to be honest with you, I think it's actually built in right now. If we go and take a look real quick, hold on. Let's actually go to courses. Because I don't even think you need to. Let's see how to automate. So this is the new automation class for anybody that's interested. I know there was some people that was reaching out that wanted to take a look at it. Well, no, this ain't the one. Hold on. That one I already know is going to be at regular price. That one I already know. Let me go to one of the earlier ones. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, so I think the actual price is actually built in. Let me just make sure it's the same thing on mobile. Let me make sure it's the same thing on mobile. Hold on. Let me just take a quick look. Let me take a quick look. Let's go to courses. Let's get this XRP class. So yeah, it is built in. You don't even have to use the code. When you go to the purchase price is already cut down. So you do not have to use the code. When you go to the purchase price, the purchase price is already cut down. So in fact, let me actually put that in the banner. Let's put that in the banner real quick. And what are we doing? A 44% discount? There we go. So yeah, it's already priced in right now. So that's a good thing. We already priced in. Already priced in. Now, hold on. There we go. Okay. Just want to get it at a respectable level. All right. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm using my heat maps from here on in. I'm not gonna keep using a heat maps. There we go. We can use the bully heat map. Even better. Even better. Let me see. Market cap. Size by volume. You know what I'm gonna have to do though? Let me see. If it's just because. So yeah, I'm gonna have to come in and work on it for the simple fact that it's only showing the Bitcoin price. as of right now. So I'm gonna have to come in and do a little bit of work to it. But if we take a quick look, right? Hold on. There we go. We can see Bitcoin at 66,700. Ethereum coming in right now at around 2050. Litecoin coming in at $53. XRP at $1.31. XLM at 16 cents. Aave under $100, trading at 94.85 currently. AVAX 8.95, $8.95 that is, with Chainlink right behind it at 8.68. What's interesting for those of you that have been in the market for any amount of time, if you look at the price, difference between AVAX and Chainlink, they've been known to follow each other pretty closely. They'll diverge every once in a while, but over the last year or so, they've been following price action pretty close. It's actually very interesting. Actually very interesting. Yeah, it's actually very interesting when you look at it. Now, if we look at the price of Bitcoin right now, and what I'm looking at currently is a 5-day chart. Let's open it up on a weekly real quick. There we go. Even better. There we go. Even better. Let me turn this up a little bit. I like this. Y'all know I like this song. Hey, the brother that made that beat, raw. That's a cold beat. Cold raw beat. But anyways, taking a look at Bitcoin, right? So we're gonna get into a little bit of technical analysis before we get into the story. Just taking a look at Bitcoin and just giving you what my expectations are as of right now in the market, right? Do I think we found our overall bottom? In my humble opinion, not yet. In my humble opinion, not yet. I do not think that we found the solid bottom yet. Hey, thank you, Titan. He said the secure party creditor class you did with Brother Rich a few years ago is still second to none. I appreciate that. That's OG status right there. OG status right there. Just got the alert of the live. YouTube be tripping. Yeah, they be tripping with my page, man. Instagram, YouTube, they really don't be showing the love they should be showing. They really don't be showing the love they should be showing. In fact, you know what? Hold on. Let me actually get this shared out. Hold on. Let me get this sent out to my peoples. There we go. There we go. All right, so we got that out. All right, so now this I'm looking at price right now as it relates to Bitcoin. As long as we are trading below 7, what is that? Let me refresh this. I don't know if y'all see that, but the numbers are kind of different. Interesting. Let me refresh this page real quick. Let me refresh. You ready for tonight's class? Yeah, tonight's gonna be something serious, Joe. Like, and the thing about it is that as long as you do not look for instant gratification from my classes, you're gonna be satisfied. Just let time go by. In my humble opinion, you're gonna be satisfied. That's the one thing that I love about my classes, right? You are gonna be satisfied. So tonight's class is gonna put some of y'all in a position that you're just not able to get in right now in the traditional market. And not only that, it puts us in a position where we're actually able to front run the traditional market, right? And we'll get into that. We'll get into that in a minute because we are going to take an updated look at tokens like Anthropic and whatnot. Nonetheless, right now, as I'm looking at Bitcoin, right, my line in the sand, in all honesty, my line in the sand right now comes in at about $71,000. Comes in at about $71,000, right? So now, as long as Bitcoin, the price is closing full candlesticks below the $71,000 price range, I do have an open option, or no, a open opinion that we are going to see 57,000 somewhere around 57,500 as a possible price target to the downside. Does that mean we're going to stop there? No. But as long as we are below $71,000 in trading, I do have expectations to see 57,500, which means what? Which means that I'm going to act like I have expectations of seeing 57,500. You know what I mean? I'm not going to act like it's going to 150,000 right now in the current time. Remember, you want to have your mental trained to act for the present. You get what I mean? Preparing for the future, though. Preparing for the future, right? But living in a realistic state in your mind. You know, don't lie to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do not lie to yourself. So right now, once again, we're trading at 66,600, right? If we're looking at 57,500 at least, right? We're looking at about another $9,000 to the downside from where we currently stand, about another $9. Am I correct? Is that another $9 right there to the downside? Yes. So once again, just to reiterate it, as long as price is closing below here, I'm looking for price to come and test here. All right. As long as price is unable to trade and close above this line right here, I'm looking for price to come down and test this line. So as long as we're below 71,000, I, myself, and I, right? This ain't for nobody else. I, myself, me, myself, and I. That's what it is. Me, myself, and I, right, is on $57,500. Remember I said that. All right. If, once again, as long as we continue to trade and close below 71,000. Now, if we get back above 71,000, trading and closing, right, my eyes are no longer on 57,500. At that point, my eyes shift to the $84,000 range, right? So below 71, 57.5. Above 71, 84K. Everybody catching? Hopefully you're taking notes. Right? So I'm going to say it one more time just so everybody's on the same page. Big shout out to everybody that's tapping in and tuning in on Instagram right now. Big shout out. In my humble opinion, not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. In my massacre, what's going on? Hey, let me know how my audio is, though. Let me know how my audio is as far as y'all being able to hear me over the music and everything. All right, let me know if I'm still hearable. Let me know if the music is too distracting because I can turn it down. Anyways, as long as we're below 71, 57.5, we get above 71 on the closing price. I'm looking at $84,000 to the upside. Okay, so if we are able to take this level out, right? If we're able to take this level out right here, then I'll be looking to move up here. Okay, take out this high right here. Take out this level right here. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. If you're able to take out this area right here, right? Open it up for you so you can see it. If you're able to take out this area right here as resistance and flip it into support, then I'll move my targets up to $84,000. If we stay below this area as resistance, then my eyes are on 57,500. Okay, cool. You can't even hear the music. Cool. Thank you. What's going on, Queen? Wealthy rising. All right. Now, what is going on in the land of Bitcoin? What's going on in the world of Bitcoin? Well, the first story that I thought was proper for me to, bring up, dealing with the traditional market and dealing with my hometown of Chicago, the headlines read, Bitcoin's price discovery is moving to Chicago. The CME shift to non-stop derivatives access may accelerate institutional migration away from traditional crypto exchanges. Okay, and they're talking about the traditional exchanges, Coinbase, Kraken, the Geminis and such, right? Now, what to know? Crypto derivatives such as ETF-linked options and futures could rival or exceed spot trading volumes on major global exchanges. And the reason is because you're going to see a lot more wealth funds interacting with the ETFs than they are putting their money on Coinbase or Kraken or Gemini or something like that. You get what I'm saying? You're going to see a lot more of that capital go into the ETF. In fact, what I want to do is actually take a look at the ETF flows real quick. Let's see. Let's see if I can get into my. Let me see. Let me see if I can get into Discord real quick. Cause I got something real slick now built into my Discord, whereas we are able to utilize a built-in bot that I have. Let me see if we can get in here real quick. Let me see if we can get in here. Okay, cool. We in here. We in here. Now, if we go to the New Money Matrix, right? If we go to the New Money Matrix and go to the General tab, and we type in / let's go to our bot and let's look at ETF flow chart, right? Once again, this is built into my Discord, right? This is an extra function that I chose to build in, pay for, and build in for my Discord users, all right? So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's take a look at inflows and outflows over the last 30 days. So these are going to be your inflows up top. These are going to be your outflows below. So you had 81, 88. So just going back, right, to February 20th, you had 88 million in inflows, but then you had 203 million in outflows. But then you come right back with 257 million, 506 million, 254 million in inflows. So that's 250, 250. That's 5 plus another 5. Right? What's that? That's what is that? That's 200 million. That's 1 billion. Right? Am I right? Is that a billion? Yeah, because 500 million plus 500 million. Yep, that's a billion. Right? And then you get a small $27 million outflow. Right? And then look at the inflows, another 450 million, 225 million, 461 million, and then a 227 and a 348. Then look at all the inflows, and this is the last 30 days. Right? If we go take a look at the last 20 days, you can look at the amount of inflows versus outflows. Same thing for the last 10 days. Let's see. So we had 52 million in outflows. We had 167 million in inflows, right? So that's 5, 10, 15, about 3 times the outflows. And then you get 75 out, another 7 in. Then you take 171 out, 225 out, come back with 69, 117, then leave out with 173, and then come back in with 9 million. That's as of April 2nd right now. That's as of April 2nd right now. What we're looking at is Intel coming from the New Money Matrix Discord. Let's see what other data we can pull up real quick. Let's take a look at the best performing tokens. Let me see. In the last week, Algo. Wow, Algo's at the top. Algo's up 14%. Algo doing his thing right now. I wonder what's going on with old Algorand, XDC. So in the last hour, XDC, Algorand, stable token, Leo and Tron are the top winners. If we take a look at the top losers, let's see what we got going on. Top losers over the last 24 hours are Stable, Night, Rain, Uni, and XDC. So XDC is up in the hour, down in the last 24 though. Let's see the last hour. The big losers are Zcash, Pole, Hype, Fetch AI, and Hash. Let's see in the last week you got Hash, Ina, Aptos, Casper, and Rain. Okay. But once again, getting back to the original story, while we're looking at ETF inflows and outflows, right? Also, the doors are open for those that wish to join the New Money Matrix Discord. It is the beginning of the month again. You know, you do want to join as close to the beginning of the month as possible. For those that wish to join, you can send an email to blockwallstreetwork@proton.me. Going forward, it says as derivatives activity scales on regulated venues, volatility pricing in U.S. markets may play a larger role in setting Bitcoin's global price. The shift would further consolidate price discovery within regulated futures markets, extending their influence over the broader crypto ecosystem. Bitcoin, once hailed as an anti-establishment asset, an antithesis to Wall Street, may now bend the sharp traders from those same floors. Trading in the leading cryptocurrency is steadily shifting towards CME Group, which is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. and the exchanges move to 24/7 derivatives later this year would cement its role as the dominant venue for institutional crypto risk. Didn't I tell y'all this is going to happen years ago? That they were going to be changing how the traditional markets operate to kind of cater to the crypto markets, because we've been able to trade 24 hours, right? Them adding this on is like the big thing to them, the biggest new thing. Like, oh shit, we could trade 24 hours, but we've always had that benefit and that ability. We've always had that benefit and that ability. They're just now catching up, right? And look how they're coming in. Right in to the next article. The change removes one of the last advantages held by crypto exchanges, which is nonstop market access. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Stephen, what's going on? Mr. Harris, Bingo Banks. Peace, peace, peace. It says you'll see more traditional hedge fund managers getting more into the asset class because they'll be able to trade it on instruments they know without having to upgrade their tech or move their signals. Why would they want to take a counterparty risk of an entity that they don't know? CME already leads regulated Bitcoin futures markets by open interest, and its contracts underpin much of the hedging activity tied to U.S. spot ETFs. Until now, however, trading paused over the weekend, producing the well-known CME gaps and leaving institutional investors unable to adjust positions while offshore exchanges continue operating. Around-the-clock trading removes that constraint. Institutions that once relied solely on exchange-traded funds or avoided weekend exposure will be able to hedge continuously, tightening arbitrage windows between prices for regulated futures and offshore perpetual swaps. Now, even as we're reading this, I can see how the terminology can throw some individuals off to where they're not catching it. So I'm going to break it down in simpler terms. What they're basically saying is that institutions that were stuck in the schedule, right, of the ETFs, or chose to step on the side and let the weekend volatility rock back and forth however they want, right? Now they'll have the position, especially with those gaps in the traditional market, to play the opposite role. Arbitrage windows are where you're finding a price difference between the same asset between two different exchanges, and then you're able to take advantage of that price difference. Okay? And they're talking about the prices for regulated futures and offshore perpetual swaps. Perpetual swaps are just perpetual contracts that do not have an expiration date, right? So that they trade in perpetuity. Now, as those gaps disappear, so does the need for large allocations to maintain exposure on crypto exchanges simply for access. For institutions that prioritize regulatory clarity and establish clearinghouses, CME begins to look less like an alternative and more like the default. Okay, even crypto exchange executives are aware of this. In January, OKX president Hong Fang wrote in a CoinDesk op-ed that crypto derivatives trading could one day rival or even surpass spot volumes on major global exchanges, making U.S. regulated volatility markets an even stronger anchor for Bitcoin price discovery worldwide. All right. And in fact, we can go take a look at the price difference between spot and the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Where is my contract Bitcoin at? Let's do BTC USD. Let me see. Here we go. So the CME futures market. So the market is open. The market is currently open and actually trading at a premium. So what you can see here, right, is that the price on the Bitcoin futures exchange is 67,450, while spot price is 66,700. Right? So now what you're looking at is the price difference between spot and the derivatives market within the traditional market. All right. Now, what else we have going on is more individuals coming to create more instruments backed by or mirroring Bitcoin itself. So now we have Circle, which a lot of y'all should be familiar with, right? To launch Sir BTC Wrapped Bitcoin, challenging BitGo and Coinbase, because they got their own Bitcoin derivative, right? Coinbase having CBBTC. Circle, known for issuing stablecoins including USDC and EuroC, which is United States dollar coin, and Euro coin, is expanding into the Bitcoin space, targeting institutional users. They're coming. Look, they know where the big money is. They know where the big money is, and they know who they're coming for. It goes on to state the stablecoin issuer Circle said it plans to launch its own version of a wrapped Bitcoin, which would put it against incumbents Coinbase and BitGo as it targets institutional users. The asset called Sir BTC and announced on Thursday is set to launch on Ethereum, backed 1-to-1 by Bitcoin and aimed at over-the-counter desk, market makers, and lending protocols. Circle said the asset is designed to provide institutions with a highly secure and neutral version of wrapped Bitcoin. Financial institutions, which have become significant buyers of Bitcoin, I'm going to read that again. Financial institutions, which have become significant buyers of Bitcoin. Are you and your family significant buyers of Bitcoin? Do you understand the task at hand right now is not to trade it? It is to hodl, but paired with accumulation. In my humble opinion, once again, not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. Right? It's like, are we going to cry not fair later on down the line? Are they going to cry not fair later on down the line? Like, oh, we never get a chance. We never get a chance to get our hands in at the ground level. Man, we got the ground level chances right now. People are flat out ignoring it. Boggles my mind. I've been going live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I need to get back to going live on Facebook again, but I've been going live going on since 2017. So what is it, 2026? Almost 10 years. I think my first YouTube video was June 17th of 2017 or June 10th. I know it was Father Day weekend. I believe it was Father Day weekend. Maybe I'm wrong. But it was I don't even know if Father Day's during. But yeah, it was June something 2017. We're coming up on April 2026 right now. And I've been making content constantly on cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, and once it emerged, decentralized finance since 2017. And when I say constant, I mean constant. Haven't really taken a break like that. Not a real hiatus yet. But anyways, let's continue to bring the information. And I'm going to repeat again. Financial institutions which have become significant buyers of Bitcoin have been actively exploring decentralized finance. Another piece of the puzzle. Wrapped versions of Bitcoin would allow the asset to be used on other chains, such as Ethereum, giving them access to why do they want access to DeFi? Huh? Hold on. Why did the institutions want access to DeFi? And you know what you should really take from this is that they don't currently have the access to DeFi like we do, right? Because they're looking for the institutional companies to create those gateways for them. When we have the ability to tap into pretty much anything and everything that's available on the blockchain. Do y'all not see the advantage and the benefit that you have over the rest of the world right now? I don't know if I can keep trying to hammer that into y'all head, how privileged we are right now in 2026 to have the amount of information that we have, the amount of reach that we have, the amount of access that we have. Let me know if I'm wrong. I like that. He said AVAX is red pill, Leak is blue pill. Interesting. Very interesting. But let me know if I'm wrong, Joe. Let me know if do you not think that you're in a beneficial and advantage standpoint right now? Do you not think that? If you don't, you sadly mistaken, Joe. You sadly mistaken. And I'm gonna bring that more so to the forefront as we go on with today's show. What time is it? 8:27. Okay, I got a little time left. Now, Circle's new wrapped Bitcoin joins a market currently led by BitGo's wrapped Bitcoin, or WBTC, and Coinbase's wrapped Bitcoin, CBBTC. Coinbase's CBBTC was launched in September of 2024 and has a current market capitalization of $5.9 billion and a current supply of 88,800 tokens. I like how they play with these numbers. 888, right? Let's see what these angel numbers mean. Hold on. The 888 angel number is a powerful sign of impending abundance, financial prosperity, and alignment with the universe. It signifies that your hard work is paying off, signaling a time for reward, success, and a positive shift in energy towards wealth. It encourages you to trust the journey, maintain balance, and step into your personal power. How's that for a message today from Bitcoin? How's that for a message? Right? It goes on to state that Bitco's WBTC is the dominant wrapped Bitcoin token with a market capitalization of about 8 billion and 119,157 tokens in circulation. However, that figure is roughly half its November 2021 peak when Bitcoin hit its cycle all-time high. Now, crypto exchanges launched their own wrapped Bitcoin. Okay, so you got several crypto exchanges that have launched variations of wrapped Bitcoin, including Kraken wrapped BTC or KBTC, Gate wrapped BTC or GTBTC, Binance wrapped BTC or BBTC, Huobi BTC or HBTC, and OKX wrapped Bitcoin or XBTC. But their market caps are a fraction of the two leaders. The total combined supply of wrapped Bitcoin and CBBTC stands at roughly 208,000, according to CoinGecko at current time. Let me go back to my shit though. Y'all know how I feel about this beat. Anyways. So now, once again, you got Bitcoin, and this is the thing you want to understand, right? This is the thing you want to understand. It's not about time in the market. It's really about time in the market, right? It's not about trying to time the market. It's about time in the market. If we go to my website, blockwallstreet.biz, right? And we go to why Bitcoin, right? Just crunch some numbers. Remember the motto. Always remember the motto. $1 a day keeps poverty away, right? So you want to go to my website. You want to go to why Bitcoin. And you want to scroll down. Right? And what you want to scroll down to and take a look at, right? Man, y'all really need to go check my website out. I've been putting a lot of time and effort into bringing y'all as much information as I can on the front, on the forefront, without you having to go and look too much. You should really come over here and go through each one of these tabs, right? But I'm going to show you something. Why time in the market is way more important than time in the market. We're gonna rest it right here. Now, $1 a day keeps poverty away. This isn't a theory, right? We're using Uphold's DCA calculator and we ran the real numbers. Okay? Now, once again, time in the market beats trying to time the market. And what we like to look at, remember, this is future money. Don't think about today, don't think about tomorrow. Think about the next 5 to 10 years. Okay? And your horizon is going to put you in a lot better position if you get out of the tunnel vision way of looking at this space, right? So now if we look at an experiment that was done crunching the numbers, and we see that $1 of Bitcoin every single day starting in January of 2015, $1, just $1, Joe. We're not breaking the bank. We're not trying to go balls to the wall and go all in. None of that. We just doing $1 a day. By a show of hands, how many of y'all can sacrifice $1 a day? Show of hands. Who thinks they can sacrifice $1 a day? By a show of hands. Let me know if that's too much. Let me see who can sacrifice $1 a day. And family, if you're tapping in on Instagram, if you can, please share this out. If you can, Tag 3 friends. If you can, tag 3 friends. But by a show of hands, let me know how many of y'all can at least commit to allocating $1 a day to Bitcoin. Let me see who's serious out there. Let me see who's serious out there. Now, what that tells us, right? What that tells us, if we did this over the last 10 years, because all you do is the numbers, right? $1 is what? $365 a year. Multiply that by 10 years, you're at $3,654, right? Just $1 a day, $3,654. But how do you allow? See, my man Black Hulk say I'll do 5 a day. We're gonna crunch some numbers in a minute too. We're gonna crunch some numbers with 5 a day, right? Had you allocated that to Bitcoin instead over the last 10 years, you would have ended up with about 2.44939 Bitcoin or 244,939,000 Satoshis, right? Your balance by January of 2025 from a $3,654 investment would have been $229,853. Now let me ask you this. Let me ask y'all this. Do you think that you could have just, out of the many options that you have in the stocks, bonds, commodity world, do you think if you would have put $3,654 into one asset, you think you would have brought back almost $250,000 in 10 years off of it? In fact, let's see. Maybe you would have. Let's take a look at let's take a look at Nike real quick. Let's take a look at Nike stock. Let's see. 10 years of Nike. Let's go to the monthly. Damn, Nike's not doing good. Let's do the same thing. January of 2015, right? And what we're doing is just one big lump sum. January of 2015, which is right here. So January of 2015, Nike was trading at around $48. Okay? So now we're looking at January of 2015, right? We go balls to the wall, throw $3,600 on Nike, and we hold it till January of 2025, 10 years. We're holding Nike stock. You know, big company, everybody knows about them, everybody buys them for the most part. January of 2025, where are we at? You're up 63. I mean, you know what? Let's say we would have cashed out at the top. Let's be fair. Let's say we would have. I mean, not 10 years, but let's say we would have did. What's that? 2021. So let's say we would have held for 6 years. You would have gotten a 286% return. So now we look at 3654 plus, what was it? 286% return. Yep, 286. Wait, what? Why is it? Why is it not giving me the math problem? There we go. So your $3,654 would have ended up being 14,000. Look at them fours, 444. Hey, what's my birthday? What's my birthday? Look at all the man. Look at them signs and symbols. Anyways, it'd have been $14,104.44. That's crazy, 444. But anyways, 14,000 versus $1 a day, right? hey, I agree. They said Nike ain't nothing right now. I agree. Strongly agree. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Right? But nothing compares. Hold on, where is that? There we go. Nothing compares. And even in this, you had downside. You had downtimes. Right? Right here, you were at 42,000. Right here, you went down to 9,000. Up to 95,000. Down to 28,000. So don't think you're not going to have those emotional shifts, those emotional swings. Your thing is you just want to understand what the overall goal is to acquire more BTC. Let me tell y'all something. As long as you keep your eyes on the prize, whereas, hey, look, the thing that I want is more BTC versus you paying attention to the dollar amount, because the dollar amount is what's going to have you emotional. Listen to what I'm telling you. The dollar amount is what's going to have you emotional. But if you erase the dollar amount and pay attention to the amount of Bitcoin, the amount of Satoshis that you're growing, I guarantee it's going to take that emotional connection that you have to looking at it in the dollar terms away. It's going to take that feeling away. It's going to take that feeling away. So what you want to do is start paying attention to how much Satoshis you're accumulating. Remember, it's not about the dollar amount with Bitcoin. It's all about the coin count. I need y'all to get that in y'all heads. It's not about the dollar amount. It's all about the coin count. How many Bitcoins do you have? How many Satoshis do you have? Think of it like this, right? You should have a goal to get to at least one Bitcoin, right? You want 100 million Satoshis, right? To get to one Bitcoin. You do know that gets your job gets easier the lower Bitcoin goes, right? I mean, because Big Whoop, you buy Bitcoin, you buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin right now and sell it for 10,000 later. Big Whoop. That's not the name of the game, my people. That's definitely not the name of the game. The name of the game is to accumulate. That's the way they playing. Gino L, what's going on? Wealthy Rising, peace, 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 peace. Definitely R.I.P. Nip. He had the right vision. He had the right vision, right? What's up, Bully? Been missing your joints. Finally caught you. Your name is Bully Stradamus. You called everything that's happening in this space, and nobody's still dropping gems like you. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. It's good when you can get some recognition and some validation and some confirmation. Because, like I was just saying, I've been doing this shit, going live constantly since 2017, and I ain't swayed from my message yet. I ain't jumped on no bandwagons. I ain't joined no scammy groups. I ain't get on the winning team. Hey, look, I'm me, Joe. I'm always gonna be me. Ain't no, oh, is he part of this or part of that? I almost got caught doing that once. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about when I was a consultant for a group that's out there, right? Antonio Blackman said, facts. I grab $150 every Friday. No matter the price. Compound investing for the win, 100%. 100%. Compounding for the win. Now, what else do we have going on? The Bitcoin treasury model with a built-in valuation floor. So there's a profitable operating business that adds a second valuation component to a Bitcoin treasury, one that isn't driven purely by sentiment. And why are we talking about Bitcoin treasuries? Because I'm on the Art Gill Garden Bitcoin Reserve team. What is the Art Gill Garden Bitcoin Reserve? Well, it's the first community-operated Bitcoin treasury in the United States. I'm going to say that again, Joe. The ABR, Art Gill Gardens Bitcoin Reserve, is the first community-operated Bitcoin treasury in the United States. And I'm happy to say that I'm working on the project, right? Proud to say that I'm working on the project. Ecstatic to say that I'm working on the project. I mean, whoever knew that I was going to go from the streets to making YouTube videos to teaching to now getting into politics, government, pushing bills through and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tell you something on some real shit, and it's real interesting. Everything coming full circle the night of my birthday, right? The night of my solar return. This has been a very look. I've been in the streets. I'm gonna say since 1990. Well, yeah. I ain't gonna say the year, but I've been in the streets. Well, not been in. I'm not in the streets no more. I was in the streets rather. We'll say from 13, 14. We'll say 14. We'll say 14 to what, 32? 14 to 32, right? And that'll be doing what I'm doing now over the last 10 years really dwarfs that whole prior time, in my opinion, right? Even though those years created who you have right now, these last couple of years have really shaped and molded who I needed to be was and who I am now. It's just an interesting journey, Joe. Very interesting journey as I sit back and just think about it. Anyways, anyways. Um, yeah. If you need assistance, and like I said, you need to start with your own Bitcoin reserve in the family, and then venture out and start the community reserves. I don't know how much more I gotta say it. Y'all need to start creating these Bitcoin community reserves, yo. You know, it really ain't too much more that's important right now, other than y'all getting y'all family, and then family and friends, and then family, friends, and community in on the boat. Now, we wouldn't be anywhere without Web3, right? Web3 wallets, ENS domains. Hopefully, y'all ain't sleep on the domains. Hopefully, y'all haven't fallen off. Hopefully, y'all have been re-registering yours if you didn't register it for 10 years. Okay. But Web3 wallets, ENS domains, and decentralized social platforms transform the world of blockchain and digital identities. How long have I been screaming at y'all about digital identities, Joe? Hopefully, y'all been taking heed. It goes on to state that the evolution of the internet has entered a new phase known as Web3. We were just talking about this. A decentralized framework built on blockchain technology. In this ecosystem, users manage their data and assets directly through tools such as Web3 wallets, while digital identities and ecosystems are redefining using ENS domains and decentralized social platforms. This model aims to give individuals ownership and transparency rather than reliance on centralized institutions. Now, Web3 represents the next stage of the internet's development. I keep telling y'all that we're in the new money matrix, operating on the new form of the internet. Web 1.0, America Online. Web 2.0, MySpace, Facebook, Instagram. Web 3.0, Aave, Revert Finance, um, Rep TV. No, what is it? Retake TV, Huddle O one, RWAs, right? We're in a new world now. We're in a new world. Now, using a Web3 wallet, users can access decentralized applications, store digital assets, and authenticate themselves without intermediaries. This wallet acts as a secure gateway to blockchain powered services, connecting users directly to the marketplaces, decentralized finance systems, and community platforms. The significance of Web3 lies in its structural design. By relying on distributed nodes and cryptographic verification, it aims to remove single points of failure and promote an internet founded on verifiable ownership rather than trust. At the center of the Web3 landscape is blockchain, a shared ledger that records transactions transparently and immutably. Every interaction within a DApp, decentralized app, DApp, NFT marketplace, or decentralized autonomous organization is validated by multiple network participants, ensuring security and trust without needing a central authority. Smart contracts automate processes within the blockchain. These self executing agreements define transaction rules and outcomes without human intervention. For instance, a lending platform built on Ethereum might use smart contracts to issue loans instantly once collateral is verified. Islam, what's going on, Noble? Wealthy Rising. Happy Friday. In fact, Juma Mubarak to the world out there, to my Muslims out there. Now, it goes on to state that different blockchains, such as Ethereum, Solana, and Polygon, bring distant approaches to scalability and transaction speed. Layer 2 solutions designed to handle high volume traffic are helping Web3 grow more efficient while reducing energy costs and transaction fees. Now, decentralized applications, or dApps, are software programs that run on the blockchain networks rather than centralized servers. Each dApp operates through distributed consensus, making them resistant to censorship and downtime. A typical user accesses a dApp using a Web3 wallet, like Rabby, MetaMask, Phantom, Xverse, which verifies digital signatures and manages tokens. Once connected, they can participate in services like peer to peer exchanges, NFT trading, decentralized finance, or even decentralized social platforms. Unlike traditional applications controlled by a single company, dApps function based on community participation and transparent rules defined through smart contracts. This structure ensures autonomy and enables fairer digital economies. Now, non fungible tokens add an essential layer of uniqueness and ownership to Web3 assets. Each NFT represents a distinct item recorded on the blockchain, such as art, music, or virtual property. or physical property for that matter, right? We've got platforms right now that are tokenized as beneficial ownership in land trust, meaning that you're having the ability to transfer beneficial ownership with nothing more than an NFT in a Web3 wallet. You can become the beneficiary of a trust utilizing tokenization and NFTs. One notable implementation of NFTs is the ENS domains, or the Ethereum name service. These human readable domain names replace complicated wallet addresses with simple formats like username.eth, right? ENS domains also function as portable digital identities within the Web3 space, linking wallets, avatars, and decentralized profiles seamlessly across applications. Now, next you have decentralized autonomous organizations, which, if we go back to the Argyle Garden Reserve, right, which is the first community operated Bitcoin treasury in the United States, founded in Argyle Gardens, Chicago. It's structured as a Wyoming DAO LLC and uses a secure 2 of 3 multi-sig storage vault to hold a growing Bitcoin reserve that belongs to the people, not banks, corporations, or politicians. We doing some real shit out here in Chicago, Joe, and we need some support. For anybody that would like to support the movements that we got going on, right? Because this is what it's all about. Man. As I was reading that, Fred Hampton's voice was in the back of my head, like on some real shit. You got to think that the type of programs they was creating from a financial standpoint and what we're doing in today's times. We are our ancestors in today's times, right? Some of us have picked up that torch that was dropped so many years ago, right? Some of us have been able to find that torch and pick it back up. And I come from that flock. I come from that breed. I come from that stock, right? It feels good. It feels good. Now, the DAOs represent collective governance structures designed to operate without centralized leadership. They make decisions through community voting systems where token holders participate in protocol changes, funding decisions, or project direction. Examples include large-scale projects such as MakerDAO, which is now Sky, Uniswap DAO, and ENS DAO, which give contributors voting rights based on their stake within the ecosystem. DAOs rely heavily on smart contracts to manage operations transparently, ensuring that all actions are traceable on chain. While DAOs offer an advanced model of online collaboration, they also raise questions regarding regulation, security, and coordination. Still, this form of governance aligns with Web3's broader mission to create user driven, self governing systems that minimize dependency on centralized control. Decentralized IDs, or DIDs, right? Decentralized identification and digital ownership introduces a shift in how individuals prove who they are online. Traditional identity systems depend on institutions like governments or corporations, which hold and control user data. In contrast, decentralized identity solutions give users ownership of verifiable credentials stored on blockchain networks. Do y'all understand and comprehend the information that I'm passing down to y'all, that I'm downloading, that I'm coming out day in, day out, day, night, finding and bringing to y'all? Do y'all understand how groundbreaking and earth shaking this shit is that I'm reading to y'all? Like, I hope this ain't falling on deaf ears, yo, because the shit's crazy. This is crazy, man. How Web3 will change the internet experience. Let me see. How will it? Despite its potential, the Web3 ecosystem, we note that's current challenges. Here we go. The promise of Web3 extends far beyond financial systems. It redefines how people interact, share, and earn value online. Within decentralized social networks, communities operate through collective ownership rather than algorithmic control. So now we're looking at PMA, online PMA. This is what you're looking at is online private membership association. Tokens and NFTs reward participation while data remains with users instead of being monetized by large platforms. Web3 also enables more transparent economies where content creators have direct compensation in cryptocurrency or NFTs. Wealthy Rising, Miss Farasha. What's going on, Miss Brianna? Peace, peace, peace. Man, light years ahead of the rest of society, Joe. It's so crazy. Too crazy. Too crazy. Too crazy. Too crazy. Now, hey, look, I stay trying to put y'all in a position to win, right? I dropped Anthropic for y'all somewhere around 420, 450, 460, somewhere around $400. It's currently trading at $625. And you didn't have to have $625 to buy it. In fact, I wasn't even telling you to buy it. I was just sharing with you that you have the option and the ability to purchase it. Whether it's $1, $5, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, you had the ability to get your hands in on this. This is pre-IPO. You get what I mean? With the emergence of blockchain technology and decentralized finance, we've got the ability to do that which we've never had the ability to do in our current conditions and our current status. So now being able to access these private markets, right? I think it's just another piece of the puzzle that individuals need to know how to do. And that's why I'm holding the class tonight on how to access private markets, utilizing decentralized finance. And it's bigger than just Anthropic, right? So tonight, like I said, for my birthday, I'm not going out to party. I'm not going to the club. I don't have no suite or nothing like that. I'm trying to get people together and I'm trying to teach. I'm trying to do what I love doing now. I don't love doing that other shit no more. Going out, popping bottles and all that. You get what I'm saying? I don't love doing that no more. This is what I love doing. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, you want to come out and fuck with me tonight, get a ticket. If you're not in the Chicagoland area and you want to come virtually to get the information, get a ticket. Yeah, SpaceX getting ready to hit the stage in a minute. Hold on, let's take a look. The SpaceX is great. Okay, they're saying, but it won't deliver 100x returns. Haha, fortune hating. They target, okay, SpaceX targets more than $2 trillion valuation in IPO. SpaceX confidently files to public seeking $2 trillion valuation in monster IPO. And guess what? I'm going to be showing the people how to get into SpaceX tonight before all of this goes live. You see the position that we have? You see the advantage that we have over the traditional market, even with that? Tonight, we're going to be learning how to buy SpaceX, among other things. Okay? Now I need to look into Data Vault. Gino, I appreciate the heads up. Okay, heads up. I've been trying to buy some of your courses on the website. I'm getting an error message saying the payment provider is not available. Damn. Okay, let me go check that out. Let me see what's going on. Over there. I bought domains, but didn't know you had to re-register. It depends on where you bought them at. If you bought them on crypto.com, you don't have to re-register. But if you bought them on ENS, you do have to re-register. Not crypto.com, Unstoppable Domains. There you go. Thank you, Gino L. Unstoppable Domains. I'm blessed to be a part of this journey. I'm blessed to have all y'all a part of this journey, Joe. You grow through what you go. You grow through what you go through. I like that. You grow through what you go through. I like that. So yeah, will this class be on the website? The class is on the website right now. It's right here. The class is on. Oh, you talking about as far as after we're done? Yeah, after we're done, it'll be on the website as well as it'll be on the FinFlix. Don't forget, we got the FinFlix subscription where you can watch all my last classes for $100 a month. You can watch all my past classes for as little as $100 a month. And you can go to my website if you want to get the link to FinFlix. Let me see, where is it at? Where FinFlix at? Here we go, right here. You can go to my website, tap on the FinFlix tab. It's going to bring you right here. Your crypto education on demand, 24/7. FinFlix is the premium streaming platform for serious crypto learners. Unlock every past and future Wall Street class available around the clock, wherever you are. So I'm going to go check out the payment provider. I'm going to see what's going on the Wix website. I'm sorry that you're having that experience. I can tell that some people have been able to buy the ticket, but maybe that's why the ticket sales are so low. That might be why my ticket sales are so low right now and why nobody's taking advantage of the 44% discount. Because I have absolutely no sales on the 44% discount. Absolutely no sales. So I'm like, damn, motherfuckers must don't want the information anymore. That's what I'm thinking. But it may be something with my payment provider. I'm going to have to jump on today and I'm going to have to see what's going on with that. Once again, if anybody would like to show any type of support, right? If you'd like to support me, you can go to buymeacoffee.com. It is actually in the link in my bio on Instagram as well. But buymeacoffee.com /Block Wall Street. I appreciate any and all support that we get. Any and all support that I do get does go to the furtherance and growth of Block Wall Street, bringing the information to y'all as much as I can. Yeah, we're gonna be burn, learn, and earning tonight. If you're in the shy, you need to pull up. If you're in the shy, you need to pull up. You need to pull up. Oh yeah, we got the 420 event going on in Denver, Colorado. We got the in fact, that link is in my bio as well. For those of you that want to get a ticket, that link is also in my bio. That link is in my bio. In fact, I'm about to come over there with y'all right now, Daz. I gotta let you check out this AI crypto teaching platform I built. Yeah, I got the same email. Yep. Yeah, you can tap in virtually. If you want to tap into tonight's class virtually, just go to the website, go to upcoming courses and events, hit buy tickets. Hopefully it allows you to purchase. Family, if anybody's having a problem with my website and it's not allowing you to purchase certain things, please reach out to me and let me know. Right? Send me an email at blockwallstreetwork@proton.me and I'll get back to you. With that being said, I appreciate everybody that came out today for this morning. Everyone that gave me birthday well wishes. I definitely appreciate that. Like I said, tonight's gonna be another one for the books. Tonight's gonna be you can purchase it with crypto. Yes, you can. It's been saying that since yesterday. I thought it was on my end, so I used like 3 different cards. Damn, that's probably blocking it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let me go see if I can fix that after I get off this next consultation call. I appreciate you all. Until the next one, peace, power, and prosperity, family. I am out of here.